Hi, my loves. Welcome to the Be Affirmation Podcast. I'm Ladette, and I'm so happy to have you here. Have you ever wondered what makes someone truly successful and what sets them apart from the people who seem to not have it figured out? Because I'm going to tell y'all, it's not luck and it's not just chance. Yes, there are people who are born into wealth and there are people who just happen to have connections. But for the majority of people who've made it far in life, they were self-made. I'm talking Steve Harvey, I'm talking Oprah, J.K. Rowling. Like, those are all people who weren't just handed the success that they have. They built themselves up. They had to believe in themselves when no one else did. And the biggest advantage that these guys had for themselves that you also can leverage is their self-belief. Let's get into it. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how building your self-worth might just be the most powerful thing you could do for yourself to succeed. So let's just really quickly define self-worth. Self-worth is the way that you love yourself. It's what you allow and what you don't allow in your life. It's the boundaries you create for yourself. It's the ability that you have to walk away when something isn't serving you. So the best way that I can define self-worth is just how much you love and respect yourself. And without a strong sense of self-worth, it's going to be hard to find pure happiness and joy in life. It's going to be hard to be satisfied and fulfilled in your career, in your relationships, because when you don't have self-worth, you accept less than what you deserve. Building your self-worth should be top priority. Your level of self-worth is going to be directly connected to how successful you are. And by the way, success is different for all of us. Maybe you just want to be really successful in your career. Maybe you want to be a person who's in a loving, healthy, caring relationship. Maybe you want to be a successful parent. Success is different for everybody, but your self-worth is going to be directly impacted to the type of success you have. When you have low self-worth, you're more likely to settle in relationships. You're more likely to settle in a career that you hate, in a career that's not serving you. You're more likely to settle even in your friendships. Maybe you have friends that just are super negative. They don't add any sort of positivity in your life. They don't uplift you. So your self-worth impacts every aspect of your life. On the other hand, when you have high self-worth, you're more likely to make bold decisions, bold statements, and really honor yourself. So maybe you're in a career that you really dislike. When you have high self-worth, you will not accept that career. You won't just stay in that career and deal with it. You're going to be updating that resume. You're going to be updating your skill set. You're going to be learning new things. You're going to be applying to jobs. You're going to be networking, putting yourself out there. So when you have high self-worth, you just have high standards for yourself, for your life, and what you allow. And I want to give you guys real life examples, specifically with Steve Harvey, because, oh my God, I just really look up to him. There was a point in my time where I was really needing some inspiration, and Steve Harvey was just like the most inspiring to me, knowing that he had that vision of himself being on TV and how I believe it was a teacher that he talked about at one point in his life that when he told them he wanted to be on TV, that they kind of just laughed at him like, yeah, buddy, like, okay. And then look at him now. What really inspires me is like the struggle of him, being homeless, of him living in his car at some points of his life, but how he still persevered. And that's why to me, it really sticks, like having self-belief, having your vision and knowing your worth. Most importantly, because had he, for example, listened to the people who talked down on him, he probably wouldn't have been this big, successful person. But it was his self-belief and his vision for his life. And that's the thing that I find so beautiful about visualization, because if you can see it in your mind, that is the main thing right there. That is the main step. Because if you have that picture in your mind, it's going to happen. So whatever it is that you want to be successful in, the self-worth, the self-belief is like, it is the key ingredient to getting yourself there. And I also wanted to share a personal example with you guys too. So a year ago, your girl was struggling so bad. If you're day one, I moved back home last April because I was struggling financially. I was in so much credit card debt. I just could not save for the life of me. And I was literally on survival mode. And so I had the option, and I'm grateful for it, to move back home so that I could pay everything off, get back up on my feet and save a little bit. But I really struggled with the idea of moving back because I just felt like I had all this independence. I loved living alone, and my ego really just struggled with the idea of compromising my space and being around so many people at my parents' house. It 100% was my self-worth that said, hey, if you want to live a life of peace and financial freedom, which you deserve to have, you're going to have to make that temporary sacrifice. You're going to have to suck it up. You're going to have to move back. You're going to have to save. And then you're going to be in a position where you can move out and feel good about it and not struggle. So you guys, I just have to say that has to be the best blessing and the best decision I ever made, because as of recently, I actually signed a contract for the purchase of my first home. So yeah, in the summer, I'm going to be moving into a house that is mine. And if it wasn't for my self-love and my self-worth, I wouldn't have made that decision. If I allowed my ego to hold me back so that I could have the appearance of having it together, living by myself, not living at home, then I would have continued to struggle. So it's really important to not let your ego get in the way, because sometimes the biggest acts of self-love that contribute to your self-worth, your ego is going to try to get in the way of that. And you got to just check it and think about what is going to be the long-term benefit of these certain decisions that I make. And maybe you've already experienced something like this. Like, think about a time when you made a difficult decision, but it ultimately benefited you. I would love to hear it in the comments. So comment down below. Let us know if you're listening to the podcast on the other platforms. Let me know on Instagram. You can text the podcast. But I'm really interested in knowing, like, when was there a time that through your self-love, even if you didn't know it, you made a decision for yourself that ultimately benefited you in the long run? So before we get into the affirmations, I want to share some tips with you guys on how you can build your self-worth. Number one, baby, affirmations, okay? Y'all know I have to mention this. It's the Be Affirmation Podcast. The way that you talk to yourself is single-handedly the most important thing to consider when you want to be successful. Because whether it's love, career, relationships, whatever success is for you, without positive self-talk, without saying kind things to yourself, without the affirmations, how are you going to get there? If you desire to be so successful in your career, you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're constantly talking down on yourself, how are you going to get there? It's literally not going to happen. And if it does, I don't know, there must be some form of luck involved in that. Because no matter how hardworking you are, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't tell yourself, like, I believe in myself, I know I can do this, I know I'm going to make it, I'm going to be successful, it's going to be so hard for that to manifest. And at the very least, you're going to delay the process. Okay, the next thing is your self-care. If you want to build that self-worth, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to learn how to set boundaries, have high standards, you have to take care of yourself. There's got to be some love and appreciation that you show yourself. The frequency doesn't matter. It can be every week, can be every day if you really want it to. It can be once a month. I always say this though, but just making sure that whatever your self-care is, that you're doing it and that you're showing love to yourself. Like, tell me not. Anytime you've gotten a haircut or you've done the mani-pedi or a walk or you let yourself sleep in, aren't those normally things that make you feel better about yourself? I'm sure that they are. So making sure that you're having some sort of self-care routine or ritual, because without that, it's really hard to love and value yourself. The other thing you need to do is, oh my God, please audit the friendships and relationships you currently have in your life. You really want to surround yourself with people who are going to uplift you and positively contribute to your life. Because, oh my God, it's so hard to make progress in life when we're surrounding ourselves with negativity, people who hold us back, people who talk down on us. Imagine if I wanted to be a successful YouTuber, podcaster, people tuning in all the time, etc., but I surrounded myself with negative people, with people who tell me, Ledette, that's not going to happen. Ledette, you really think you're going to be self-employed? No, I surround myself with people who are as delusional as I am, people who want to have 1 million subscribers, people who want to have 1,000 podcast listeners per day. My friends are literally as delusional as I am, but not delusional in the sense that we don't think it's going to happen, but delusional where it's like, why would I limit myself? Like, I have the type of friends where if I go and tell them my goal is 10,000 subscribers, they're going to be like, girl, what? Your goal should be 100,000 subscribers because, girl, you got a message and people are going to be inspired by you. People are going to tune into you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is so important to surround yourself with positivity, positive friends, inspiring friends. And I don't know who is like the original person who shared that quote, but that you're the average of the top 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you want to be successful, go and surround yourself with successful people. You want to be an entrepreneur, go and surround yourself with entrepreneurs. You want to draw real love into your life, genuine, authentic love, go surround yourself with people who have love in their life. Spend your time with people who you know have the outcomes you want to have in your life. That is the best advice I've ever had. And the last thing I want you to remember is that this is a journey. Becoming successful doesn't just happen overnight. It's not like you go to sleep and wake up, having all this success and leveling up in life. No, it's not like that. It's just about being in the journey. So find the ways that you can surround yourself with the type of people you need. Start small. And the more you work on yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you start to settle into who you are, the more boundaries you start setting with people, the more you start to pour into your health and your well-being, the stronger that foundation becomes, okay? The stronger that self-worth becomes. And we're even going to get you going and started with one of the steps with the affirmations. So, as you know, we always end these episodes with just some positive things to say to ourselves. These affirmations are great reminders for building your self-worth and the belief that you can be successful. So we're going to breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe out for 4. And hold for 4. Alrighty, you can breathe normally. Feel free to say these affirmations out loud or internally to yourself. I am worthy of success, happiness, and abundance. I believe in myself and the ability to create the life I desire. I deserve opportunities that align with my highest potential. Every challenge I face is an opportunity to grow and elevate my life. I release self-doubt and fully embrace my power. I attract success because I know I'm worthy of it. I trust that every step I take is leading me towards my dreams. I refuse to settle in anything less than I deserve in love, in career, and in life. The more I love and value myself, the more success naturally flows to me. Alrighty, you guys, I invite you to have a big smile on your face and to just invite feelings of confidence, self-empowerment, liberation into your day and into your life. I'm going to have a PDF of the affirmations from today's episode in my Patreon account. You can access them through the free membership. I just really love them because I think it's such an easy way to save them, put it as your screensaver for your phone, your wallpaper, and just have it be that daily reminder. Because the more repetition we have, the more we do something, the more we really hone in on that and make our subconscious adapt those beliefs. So whatever affirmation you have to tell yourself, say it to yourself every day so that you can really make yourself believe in the words that you're telling yourself. If you found value in today's episode, leave a heart down in the comments below. And if you're listening to the podcast on the podcasting platforms, you could leave me a review. You could also reach out to me on Instagram. It really means a lot when I hear from you guys, and it really does help my channel and my podcast out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.